Hello adventurers, Chris and the Cucumber King. It's time for Roll for Sandwich, the series where I let fate decide my lunch. Let's go! Today I'm going to be using these sparkly purple dice that have been in my collection for a while. Hopefully they're as nice as they are pretty. Let's get things started with our roll for bread. 2 freezer ends. Yeah, rolling freezer ends without the toast cantrip is definitely less than ideal, though not quite as bad as some of you may have imagined. The bread is frozen solid now, but bread tends to thaw pretty quickly at room temperature. Still not going to be a great experience though. Let's roll for our main. 10 mortadella. Okay, we've rolled some fancy bologna to go with our frozen bread. Not bad, all things considered. It could have been something really wet. Let's roll for some cheese. 2 cream cheese. Still working my way through this container of whipped cream cheese. Cream cheese and mortadella is a pretty rich combination, which unfortunately is still kind of being brought down by our mostly frozen bread. It is, however, a main and cheese combination that should still taste pretty good in the end, as long as we can get all the right things to accompany it. Let's roll up some roughage. 3 squash and 11 none. Ooh, well, I have never really liked squash. This is butternut squash. I don't really like the taste or the texture of squash, so that's a bit of a rough roll. Let's get wild with the wild magic roll. 10 Beaumont seasoning. This seasoning blend is mostly celery salt, celery seed, and onion powder, and it's pretty good. Should go really well with the cream cheese. I'm just not very sure that it's going to help too much with the squash. And last but not least, it's the D20 sauce roll. Here we go. 6 corn cob jelly. Corn cob jelly is made by boiling cobs of sweet corn in order to extract the natural sugars. It's a great way to use up something that normally would be waste. And when combined with sugar and pectin, gives you corn cob jelly, which kind of tastes a bit like honey. Unfortunately, the delicate sweetness that it is adding to this sandwich is not going to be helpful, I think, in this situation. I think it's just going to be too subtle for what I need it for. Let's get this sandwich closed up. Get our toothpicks in to hold it together, and let's get it cut in half. Oh no, it's all just kind of gooshing out. And let's take a look at that cross-section. It's okay. Well, here we are near the end of the season, and the dice really seem to have taken off the kid gloves. We started the week off with a fateful 0, and now we're following it up with whatever this thing is. Let's taste it. Well, the good news is the bread is no longer frozen solid. The bad news is bread that's been in the freezer is much better toasted. Now it's just kind of cold and crumbly. Other than that, this entire sandwich is just a lot of mush. Mush that mostly tastes like squash to me, which is a bit gag-inducing. Honestly, I had forgotten how much I dislike squash because I just don't eat it. I don't really eat it because I don't like it. Unfortunately for me, the squash is the standout flavor in this sandwich. Everything else is pretty mild and doesn't really take any of that flavor away or do anything to cover it up. The dice have really come out swinging this week, giving me the 1-2 punch of a bad sandwich on Monday followed by another bad sandwich on Wednesday. I think Monday was a bit worse. I'm going to give this one a 1.5, and for a name, I'm going to go with Cobsmacked. Here you go, Earl. At least you're eating well. Good mimic. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you again next time on Roll for Sandwich. Ugh.